Welcome to what many call the greatest setting in college football. Husky Stadium in Seattle settled nicely between the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains, and it doesn't get much better or much louder than this. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, Wolverines will put total leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So the Washington Huskies offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball on quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Looking to go up top on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Stopped after making the catch. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Cook. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Would have just been a 49-yard field goal try, but they're hungry for touchdowns, so they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Wolverines have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw it again. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Gets it out quickly. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And the try is no good. And score will stay right where it is after that miss. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. So they're facing third and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Going up top on first down. Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Now on second down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabs it in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. Quick pass and catch, good enough for the first down. Didn't need a lot, but they got enough. And the Huskies will snap it on first and 10. They'll try the jet sweep here. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this third and short. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on first and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Headed to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Huskies. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be dragged down. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Makes the grab. It's Asher. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who could make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Looking for the score! And he really wanted to get the touchdown.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I'm not as...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He wants to throw here on second down. Caught close to the marker, it's Weaver. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Back to the air one more time. Got his man down the middle.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is four-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. He's right on target. Touchdown, Washington! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game. And defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Virginia Tech is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 10 to Wake Forest. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. He's going to pass. Going up top. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And he's knocked down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Trying to bully their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 4th down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? Out of the gun, looking to throw. They got him. The pressure got home, and the defense makes sure this drive comes up empty. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score.
And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. From the gun, running back gets to give. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy.
Snags it down the right side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he's down right there, picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. Motion from the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. That's caught. It's Barnes. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try to pick up the first. Touchdown, Huskies! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They think there's room to run to the right here. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Gets caught downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll toss it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Now on the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? And the Wolverines have this offense rolling. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Cook. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball. And
the pass hits, picked off. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Washington. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
And these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet.
And it's caught inside the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Finds his big tight end. That throw and catch gets him down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. Washington right back to the line.
What a weapon this guy is, right? The tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
They'll throw it on first down. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. They want to just keep throwing it. Quick completion on the out route. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Got rid of it just in time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's...
And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Bryant. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. New set of downs after that completion. He's looking to throw it. On target. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Cook. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. The Wolverines will move the sticks. Not even a moment of anxiety in that decision. 4th and 1, yep, we're going.
Well, this isn't even a discussion in the headset. Like, this is automatic, autopilot. Like, 4th and 1, we're going.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Trying to take it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. NC State was far from the friendly confines of Carter Finley Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. He's going for the big play. And he reels it in inside the 30. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Now, last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ear still? So there's a lot that goes.
It's a fake. He wants to throw it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Caught over the middle. It's Bryant. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds a crease at the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Last chance, and he's got it. He's got it for the touchdown. And they can send it to overtime with the kick. Or do they dare try to win it here?
How about this execution late in the game, scoring the touchdown with no time on the clock? These fans are shocked, and they are so quiet. Now, do you want to send them home with an L and go for 2? You want to kick the PAT and go to OT?
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. From the gun to give, looking for room. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's going to pass on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and they can win it on this return. He's at the 30.